This video is the first couple moves of the Wu style short form. Um, Actually, this is the same for both the short form and the long form. They only diverge later, so it's the same first couple moves in both. The starting position is the Wuji posture, which is your feet parallel under your armpits, your crown of your head suspended like a string's pulling it up. I'm going to use that analogy quite a lot throughout, treating your body like a marionette and saying like this part raises because, so when you raise your arm, it's because something pulled the arm up, right? So the head is pulled up right now. The shoulders are down and slightly to the front. The tailbone is kind of, and the lower back is extended, and the tailbone is kind of tucked underneath. This is called the Wuji posture. So from the side, it looks like this. All right. So the first move is just raising the arms. I think this is usually called opening form or sometimes preparation form. I get the two confused. I just call them all one. Like it's all one thing. It's opening and preparation form together. So the first thing you do is raise the hands to the front. So that same string feeling. Imagine there's a string at your wrists and it's pulling your arms up to shoulder height, like into basically a zombie pose, right? In this, don't use your shoulder to push up the arm, right? The shoulder should remain relaxed and the arm is pulled up at the wrist and the elbow remains kind of heavy. So the arms come up to shoulder height, and then once they're at shoulder height, the arm will be pulled down from the elbow. So again, don't push down with your shoulder. The elbow pulls it down, right? And that keeps the shoulder relaxed. And as that does, imagine there's like a big barrel in front of you, and the elbow pulls down and your arms kind of roll along the barrel, right? Until they're down at hip height. And then you imagine there's like a table that you're resting on, right? So your weight, don't put your shoulders up. So if you're trying to sit on something, you wouldn't rest on something like this. You would just rest like this, rest your weight like this. So you're resting your weight through your arms at your hip height here. So that's the completion of the first part of that move, right? So the arms come up and go down to hip height. The arms come up, go down to hip height. The next part of the move is raising the arms again, but this time, instead of straight in front of you, they're going to be raised to 45 degrees in either direction. So the right arm will be 45 degrees to the right, the left arm will be 45 degrees to the left. Again, imagine it's a string pulling the arms up. Just now the string is pulling to the corner instead of to the front. So as the arms come up, we're going to shift the weight so that the timing should be by the time the weight is shifted onto your right foot, the arms are at shoulder height. So they're going to come up, and then once they're at shoulder height, you're going to close the elbow in, right? So you're not putting your arm up and then doing this, right? The arm goes up to the corner, and then the elbow closes in. This part of the arm stays where it is. Only the front part of the arm, the lower part of the arm will move after that and close in to create a circle. But the first part is the arms raise up and you shift the weight to the left. Then as the arms close in, let me get more on camera. As the arms close in, the left foot is going to touch the heel, maintaining those two, so your feet should be on train tracks, right? So as you step forward, your feet stay exactly the same side to side with the part. The only thing that's changing is front to back movement. You're not moving like this. Your feet are just doing like this. So as the arms come up, then as the arms close, the foot touches. And the heel should touch at the same time as the arms close. With the arms closing, the right arm will close and the hand will be pressed outward, like you're warding something off. The left arm, as it closes, will be almost hugging something, holding something. And you should end up with your palms pressing against each other, right? Not actually pressing, just in the position to press against each other. So there's no actual contact there. It's just the positioning of it. Some people do the hands slightly different. Some people will do like a palm up thing. I prefer the like palm forward, palm backward, palm to palm kind of thing. So you raise your arms and shift your weight. Then you close your arms and place the hand forward, bringing the forearms in, right? The elbow should stay in the same place. The shoulder, this part of the arm should all be the same. Just rotate at the elbow. So that's the completion of the sort of opening and preparation forms. So again, you raise your arms and shift your weight, and close your arms and place your foot forward with your left palm hugging and your right palm pressing out. So from the beginning, it's raise the arms to the front, sink the elbows, roll the hands over a barrel, press down. Shift the weight and raise the arms, close the arms, and touch the heel. So that is the opening and preparation form. From there, the next move is called play the Pipa. So play the Pipa is a standard form in Wu style form where your weight is on one leg, the other leg is touching forward. The forward leg, that arm is held ahead of you on your center line, right, with the hand on the center line. And the lower hand is protecting the elbow, also on the center hand. On the center line. And there's a Japanese, not Japanese, there's a Chinese type of lute. It looks a little bit like a guitar or other kinds of lutes, called the Pipa. So that's why this is called play the Pipa, because if you imagine you're holding the neck of the Pipa and you're strumming here, it's like playing an instrument. To get to this, we're going to do this to the right side. So at the end of the opening form, our left foot is forward, touching the floor, but no weight in it. All of our weight is still on the right foot, and our arms are forward. What we're going to do is rotate the hips and keep the left toe in line with the hips. So we're going to rotate the hips to the right corner, bringing the toe in. And then once the hips are at the corner, bring the toe all the way into 90 degrees, making sure that your knees stay in line with your toe. So if my toe is pointing this way, my knee is pointing this way. I never want my toe this way and my knee that way. This is throughout all of the form. The toe and the knee should always be aligned. So when I turn in, right, this is a basic sort of turning motion for this style. I'll have my weight on one foot and I'll turn the toe in, turning the knees in so that the knees kind of press together and the toes are at a 90-degree angle. From there, I'm able to shift my weight. Before it was on my right foot, I can shift it onto my left foot so that my weight is supported on my left foot and raise the right heel, which allows my hips to turn further all the way to the corner. And that turns my heel in so that my right foot is pointed in that direction as well. So looking at the footwork, you turn in. Now I'm sort of on both legs. I shift onto the left, I release the right heel, and turn all the way to the corner. Now I can place the right heel out in the same kind of thing I had here, just opposite foot. The hand motion for that is as we turn in, just keep the hands in the same place. Once you're on your left foot, as we turn to the other corner, we're going to do like from the Karate Kid, the wax on, wax off motion. So as I'm on my left foot, I'm facing the corner. I'm currently have my hands this way. I'm going to keep the left hand basically exactly where it is. And what I'm going to do is push the right hand in a circle out until it's on my center line, but further out. And this is that play the Pipa posture, right? So from here, we're going to turn, shift, begin to turn the right, release the heel and turn the right hand out, and then touch. And now I have play the Pipa. I'll do it from this side, turning towards the camera as well. So if we're here, we turn in, we start to rotate the hand as we shift the weight onto the left leg, releasing the heel, and finish like this. So from the beginning, we have raise hands, lower hands, shift and raise, close the hands, turn, shift, and open. So from the side, we have raise hands, lower hands, shift and raise, close, turn, and open. So that's opening form, preparation form, and play the Pipa. The next move from play the Pipa is called grass bird's tail. This is this introduces some slightly different movements than have been present previously. The most important one of which is the waist rotation. So it's going to be important to be able to keep the hips steady and rotate the waist to the side. So if you look at where my hips are, and I have my hands in front of my chest, I'm going to be rotating the chest and the torso 45 degrees in one way or the other without moving my hips and my legs. So from this play the Pipa position that we were in, right? We're right here. What we're going to do is look at the elbow and just turn the forearm and the hand, rotating along the axis of that arm, right? So we're just doing this, right? So we're going to turn here, the palm is to the side. We're going to turn the palm upward. And then we're going to imagine there's a string attached to your wrist and attached to your, what's called your lower dantian, which is a place inside, not on the outside, right? I'm kind of fat, so it's probably more back like here on my body. But inside your belly, a few finger widths below the navel. So you're going to imagine there's a string between those 2 points, and you're going to almost sit down into your thing and let the string contract. So maybe not a string, but a spring. So you're holding it out and let the spring pull in. So you rotate the palm up, and then you pull the palm into your belly. Then what we're going to do is rotate the waist to the left corner. And then while we're facing the left corner, we're going to shift our weight onto the right foot. So we do that by pressing from the back heel and pushing the hips forward. The hips, because the feet are spaced apart, the hips will actually move at a diagonal, not just forward. But I'm going to call it forward because we're moving to the forward leg. But here I have my weight all on my back foot. We're going to be pressing all of the weight forward onto the front foot, right? At this whole time, the waist will be turned to the left corner, and you have your hand pulled in, holding, like, connected to your belly button, basically. So you're going to push forward. Once your weight is all on the front leg, you're going to rotate your waist back to the front, and then all the way around to the right diagonal. Once your waist is at the right diagonal, you're going to start to shift your weight back onto the back foot. As you do that, right, so here we've gone out and then we've rotated, and at the rotation the hand can come out all the way to the corner. As you do that, you're going to pull, keeping the hand almost into an upright position. So pull the hand back into an upright position by your face, almost like you're about to, like, brush something away from your lips, right? So you've come out, you pull in, and your hand, raise the toe as you come into this foot. Your hand is in. Then we'll continue on with another move after that. But that's the basis of the grass bird's tail. It's called grass bird's tail because at this point, you're imagining there's like a bird here, and you're kind of letting it sit on your hand and then kind of pushing it back away. So from the beginning, we have, let's move back a little bit. We have raise hands, lower hands, open, touch, turn, play the Pipa, grass bird's tail, push forward, rotate to the corner, pull back, and rotate in, facing back to the front again. Let's see, I think from here. So raise hands, lower, open, close, turn, play the Pipa, grass bird's tail, press out, turn to the corner, pull back in, and start to turn towards the front again. I'm going to call that the end of this video. I think that's plenty long for one video.